no idea what drill rapping was, but I called my son, and he sent me some videos, and it is alarming.
On February 11, 2022, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, held a press conference to address the rise of drill in the state and how it was causing a massive spike in gun violence. Even the ever-upward state couldn't avoid the negativity that comes with drill music.
We're going to ask them for good corporate responsibility. This is contributing to the violence that we're seeing all over this country.
So who are the biggest influencers of drill in New York? And who are the dangerous drill rappers preserving the criminal nature of this rap genre? Some rappers like Pop Smoke were at the forefront of pushing the progress of drill in New York. But after his death in 2020, younger rappers have emerged, and they are much more dangerous than Pop Smoke. We'll be looking at some of their stories and how they contributed to the progress, and also violence in the New York drill scene. How did drill become popular in New York? In a separate video, we discussed the origin of drill music in Chicago, with rappers like Pac-Man, Chief Keef, and Lil Durk being pioneers of the genre. The sole aim of drill was to talk about the struggles of growing up on the street and experiencing crime at a young age. The genre slowly began to seep into the music scene in other cities, in countries like London and even New York. As Chicago drill became even more popular, an aspiring young artist from London, producer AXL Beats, created a beat titled Hop Out, a drill-type beat, and uploaded it to YouTube. A young Brooklyn rapper, 22 G's, found it and did a quick number on it. He then titled it No Suburban, and that's how drill officially became a part of the New York music scene.
You did the No Suburban beat too?
Yeah, No Suburban, man. Both beats, man. There's a response and the diss track, man. It's just crazy.
Wow.
Next thing you know, I hit Chef G hop on that shit, man. It's crazy.
Oh.
I was like, G to spit on that shit. I was like, damn.
Oh, so you originally sent the beat to 22?
Yeah.
The song was simplistic, but carried a dark energy, and it eventually became a blueprint for other drill sounds that came out of Brooklyn. With AXL's new fame, more Brooklyn rappers reached out to him for their own beats, and this pretty much kicked off the rise of New York drill. However, this drill subgenre didn't gain any sort of mainstream relevance until an 18-year-old artist who had never stood in front of a mic found an interesting beat from a producer named 808 Mello on YouTube.
And then Pop Smoke turned around and was like, hey Mello, I got a tune with this beat, you know what I'm trying to say? It was like, yeah, and he played it to me, and I was like, oh shit, this guy ripped it off YouTube, you know what I'm trying to say?
The rise and fall of Pop Smoke. Bashar Baraka Jackson, also known as Pop Smoke, started playing around with the idea of rapping in early 2018. But before all that, he was a kid growing up in the hood of Brooklyn with a limited number of options, but came from a decent home with a lower crime rate than the surrounding areas. He either was going to become a pro basketball player, a drug dealer, or a rapper. So when he turned 15, he moved to Philly to join Rock Top Academy, an academy with the sole aim of getting basketball scholarships for their students. Around that same time, he had a heart murmur, which led him to not being able to play competitively again. He went back to Brooklyn and quickly adopted the street life. At 16, he was already pushing drugs and driving a 5 Series BMW. He got arrested and locked up twice before being placed under house arrest for illegal weapons possession. During the time he stayed at home, he read a lot of books, which would eventually explain his distinct lyricism when he became a rapper. In 2018, after being freed from house arrest, Pop Smoke visited a Brooklyn studio with Guapo. After Guapo got high, he fell asleep, and Pop stepped into the booth and recorded a song to a beat he got off YouTube. The song will eventually be named NPR, and that was the start of his career as a drill rapper.
That money, that bad respect. I need that money. I need that money, that bad respect. I need that money, that bad respect.
After uploading the song to Spotify and SoundCloud and seeing how much traction it got, he abandoned the life of crime, unlike other drill rappers. But he remained a member of the Crips. He paved the way for the Brooklyn drill movement with his other songs, Welcome to the Party and Dior, which gained mainstream attention and even got him featured with top stars like Nicki Minaj. Unfortunately, Pop Smoke was taken from us on February 19, 2020. After a post on social media gave up his location, a young man invaded his rented home in Hollywood Hills and killed him for a designer bag.
A rising star rapper from Brooklyn is shot dead during a break-in at home in California. Police say 20-year-old rapper Pop Smoke, whose real name was Bashar Jackson, was shot and killed just after 4 a.m. in the Hollywood Hills. Los Angeles police say several men entered a home where he was staying and at least one gunman opened fire.
Even after his death, his legacy still lived on because his career helped birth other careers of artists from different parts of Brooklyn and the Bronx. K-Flock. One of the rappers that got a chance to build on Pop Smoke's fame and get a career out of drill music in New York was K-Flock. Just like Pop, K-Flock wanted to become a pro athlete, but it seems like the odds were stacked against him, and he made the choice to join the streets instead. His plan wasn't to become a rapper. He only acted as a hype man for his other friends in the game, like B-Love and Dougie B. But when you hang out with a group of people doing the same thing, you eventually develop the same lifestyle. Before he became a rapper, he was just a kid from the city, having fun and getting into trouble.
Block.
Dougie B was able to convince K-Flock to hop in the booth, and he dropped his first track, FTO, in May 2020. By August 2020, he released 2 more tracks, named Is You Ready and Tomorrow, and they gained millions of views. The artist collaborated with his friends and soon became the hottest drill artist in the streets of the Bronx.
And how does it feel to get that type of love now from the city? You know what I'm saying? Outside the Bronx, like overall.
I should feel like I'm doing something good, like people noticing for me, like, cause me, I'm the type of nigga for me, like if I shine for me and I know other niggas trying to shine for me, like I'ma help them out too for me, like I'm just a regular street nigga for me, like I'm forever a real street nigga, so I go with the codes, you heard?
He managed to get a feature from Lil TJ in 2021, another mainstream rapper from the Bronx. Their track, Not in the Mood, hit number 61 on the Billboard Top 100. Flock was even named Hip Hop Rookie of the Year by Billboard.
Fuck yeah, I went down the block. Made that shit in 5 minutes.
You booked the studio, went down the block, and recorded it in 5 minutes?
Around the same time K-Flock was coming up, Chiraq and E-Dot were also making their entrance in the drill scene. Chiraq repped the OYs, and E-Dot repped the OGs. But they were friends even if they belonged to rival gangs. As they built their discography, they made friends with K-Flock, who was a member of Sevside. But when you're making friends from rival gangs, it's hard to maintain loyalty, because that's where Flock and E-Dot's issues began.
No. Hell no. I'm a fuck. Stop running. Nigga got on his little sister Crocs. He got on whitey tighties. Nigga skinnier than anything. Check him out. He cold, y'all. Yo, now look at the muscles on that baby. Yo!
E-Dot attended a party with another crew called Structure, and they hung out with yet another crew called RPT. K-Flock and Sevside had issues with RPT, and he was angry that E-Dot hung out with his ops. It led to them dissing each other in different tracks. As they fell out, most of the violence that happened in the Bronx at that time was related to their beef.
A major gang bust in New York City today. The NYPD arrested 14 alleged gang members.
They are believed to be responsible for at least 20 shootings, and some of their victims are innocent bystanders.
Despite Flock's promising career, he didn't leave the gang life behind. On December 16, 2022, he was spotted by one of his ops outside a barbershop, and they began to press him. As tensions rose, K-Flock pulled out his piece and shot the man. The gang member died instantly, and Flock escaped. Soon, police released a wanted poster for K-Flock, and on the 24th of December 2022, he surrendered himself to the police. He was sentenced to life in prison on February 23, 2023. Lost artists. K-Flock and Pop Smoke are just a few of the drill rappers that have either died or been sentenced to long terms because of their gang affiliations. Ever since the introduction of drill in the Bronx and Brooklyn, the crime rate in New York has increased at a rather disturbing rate.
He was a drill rapper, part of a scene which involved using music as a challenge on social media posts. Posts that bled out into violent real-world confrontations.
While talking about the sad death of Jaquan, or better known as C-High Watts, Mayor Eric Adams mentioned that he wanted to become a rapper, but he chose drill rapping, which encourages and propagates violence. According to the mayor, all the signs of a child who needed help were there to see, but the system failed him.
The violence is infused in the music.
2 drill rappers have been murdered in New York City so far this month. The story of 18-year-old Jaquan McKinley, known as C-High, brought Mayor Eric Adams to tears Thursday.
Unfortunately, a lot of kids in the Bronx and Brooklyn hope to become popular through drill, but they have no plans to leave the gang life behind. Drill highlights the struggle of growing up on the streets and is inspired by life experiences, but it seems like it's now turned to a competition of who can be the most disrespectful in the game. New York drill embraces sampling and has a unique sound, which is slightly fused with UK grime, but it may not become any more mainstream than it is now if it continues to promote an alarming rate of gun violence. New York drill is a distinct subgenre that has seen rappers like Lil TJ and even Pop Smoke make millions of dollars off it, but it still glorifies street life, and many rappers with potential may never make it out the city. The rise of drill music in the New York rap scene has had both positive and negative consequences. Artists like Pop Smoke played a significant role in popularizing the genre and bringing it into the mainstream. However, the violence and criminal nature associated with drill music can't be ignored. Let us know what you think in the comments. Be sure to check out our other videos on the drill genre of hip-hop. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as we got videos coming weekly. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed, y'all.